Yo, what is going on, you guys? Welcome back today to another video. And in today's video we're going to be going over a couple tips that have helped me progress in the rank grind. So because they help me, hopefully they'll help you get better faster. So with that, the first tip is going to be learn one character first. Me, I don't really have a problem with this, picking one character, because I came into the game knowing what character I wanted to play, but I know some people jump around between different characters. Now the reason why it's important to learn one character first is because when you're learning the one character, you're not only learning the character, but you're also learning the game. Like, you have to understand how the game of Street Fighter is played and how the game works. And it's easier to do that and progress faster when you're learning one character. Let's say you're going from a grappler, so you're playing like Geef, and then all of a sudden you want to play Cammy. Now you have to learn an entirely new archetype, and let's say you got your Geef to like Platinum. Platinum is not even, if you were like D5 or like Master 1500 MR, I would say at that point you can go ahead and start picking up a new character, other characters. I was Diamond 3, Diamond 4 when I even considered playing different characters. I picked up a little bit of Manon and I picked up a little bit of Blanca. But the reason that I did that was because, one, I just wanted to play Manon. Everyone always said Manon was a bad character, so I was like, okay, why do they consider her a bad character? So I played Manon for a little bit, got Manon to Diamond. And the reason why I picked up Blanca was because I was struggling in a Blanca matchup, so learning a little bit of Blanca helped. Kind of. My Blanca is not good at all. I only have like 2 weeks on Blanca, and so my Blanca is not that good. After that little phase where I picked up those two characters, I pretty much just went back to Chun and grinded out Chun, because I need to hit that master rank with at least one character, and the best character that I have in my arsenal by far is Chun. Now think of your brain like it's a computer. 100% of your resources in your brain, all your resources or what you're focusing on, is in game. Now you have to pay attention to your opponent. Are they going to drive rush? Are they going to drive impact? Are they going to jump? You have to make reads. Also, side note, make sure you're staring at your opponent when you're playing this game. Don't look at your character. Now that's why it's important to learn one character. Anything that you can do with that character, you should know it like the back of your hand. You should be able to do your combos, drive rush combos, all that good stuff with this one specific character, so you can stare at your opponent and catch them whiffing buttons or catch them jumping or drive impact, so you're able to actually react to your opponent, as opposed to you having to think, if I do crouch medium kick, what do I do next? Or if I land a crouch medium kick, what do I get off of that? What's my block string? Blah blah blah. If you know your one character pretty good, you'll be able to not have to focus on your character. You'll have to pay attention more so to what your opponent's doing, and that'll lead to winning more games. When you take your one character to master, like I said earlier, you're learning the game. So once you reach master, you pretty much have a master rank understanding of the game. Now you can pick up any character you want, and you'll be a master rank player just picking up a new character. So you should be able to take that character to master pretty quickly. I'm pretty sure that'll work with anyone on the cast, maybe minus Honda, because I'm not sure how good butt slam and headbutt translate to the rest of the cast other than Bison. Tip number 2, learn optimal combos. This one was really important to me, and I didn't learn this until I got to like Diamond 3 or Diamond 4, because I was really wondering, why do the top players, when they land combos, it's pretty much a 3-touch, 4-touch game. If they can land 4 combos, like, that's pretty much the round. So I would wonder, like, what is it that makes them able to win off of 4 touches, 3 touches? And that is having optimal combos. I don't know how it is with other characters. I know Manon and Blanca pretty much have like one bread and butter, but Chun, there's so many different routes to get in so many different moves that it's easy to be not optimal, which is something that I was for the majority of the time. Me, the way that I played was, or the way that I thought while I played, is if I do drive rush cancel, my combo will do more damage, and a drive rush cancel is pretty expensive. It's 3 bars, so 2 combos where you drive rush cancel twice, that's all your drive bar. Now you're burnt. Now you're playing the game at a disadvantage, and I would do that a lot. I would burn out a lot, especially in the beginning of the round. If I landed crouch medium kick or a forward medium punch, I would instantly drive rush cancel. Later on, after watching some high level players, I noticed that they don't always drive rush cancel, so that's what led me to start thinking about being optimal. Like, what is an optimal combo? I heard the term and I was like, okay, what's optimal? Every character is different, but something that's not different is jabs. If you do a combo of lights, it's scaled. Basically means it doesn't do that much damage. So let's say you land light punch, do your light punch BNB, but don't drive cancel it. Whenever you drive cancel your combos, you're scaling it more, so you're doing less damage as well. So you might be putting a lot of effort in stringing together a really long combo, but it just gets more and more scaled, so the later hits do less and less damage, and the more hits that you do, the less it's gonna do. And let's say you waste all 6 of your drive bars and you also waste level 1 and you get no damage, you only do like 2000 damage. That's nothing. BNBs starting with heavy buttons might do 2k damage plus. So some of my advice would be, whenever you start a combo with light, try not to drivers cancel it, and whenever you get a combo off perfect parry, because perfect parry also scales your combo, try not to drivers cancel off of that combo. Now obviously this is not set in stone. If your opponent has 100% of their health bar and you land the perfect parry round start, I would not drivers cancel. But let's say they're at 30%, 40% life and you land the perfect parry, by all means go ahead, dump all your bar. And if you have level 3 only gets scaled to 50%. Level 1 and level 2 get scaled harder. Dump all your drive meter and go into level 3 and you could potentially win the game like that. And that could happen off of a light punch or a light kick. Next, know your combos like the back of your hand. This is a little bit like the previous tip. You want them to be subconscious. Like, you don't really have to think about what inputs you're doing. Make sure you have clean inputs, but you don't want to have to think, okay, I pressed up crouch medium kick, drivers cancel, then I go into the stand medium punch, crouch medium. You don't want to think about that. Like I said earlier, your brain is a computer and you don't want to designate resources for you and your combo. You should need minimal resources, little to none, in doing your combos, so you can focus more so on your opponent. Sometimes that might mean sitting in the training room for 30-40 minutes. Me right now, something I'm trying to focus on is my anti-airs and drive impact reactions. So I'm sitting in the training room for, I don't know, 30-40 minutes, just having the dummy jump at me, drive impact, light punch with a light punch, so I can get different looks and have to practice more so on reacting. Think of all your moves like a web. In your web of moves, you can connect them in different ways. Like I said, I don't know how it is for different characters. From experience playing Chun, you can get into different routes off of different buttons really easily. Just make sure that whatever route you take, make sure it's the most optimal. Because you can do a combo that looks really long, but if it's not optimal, it's not going to do any damage. And something that probably looks less flashy will do more damage. When I say your moves are like a web, when you drivers cancel certain moves, you now gain access to other moves. I can't explain it per character. That's why you have to learn your specific character. When you learn how you can connect each move and what's cancelable into supers and what special moves are cancelable into supers, you know, you're getting to know your character better, and that's what you want. For me, the game slowed down about 2 times. The game is slowing down again for me right now in Diamond 5. And what happened was, rookie to gold players just jump and scramble around, and if you land a hit, you land a hit, they might not go into a combo. But I noticed the game slowed down in platinum when I started realizing these players play very aggressively, always going for buttons. So at that point I had to adapt and think to myself, okay, I know this person's always gonna wake up and press buttons, so what do I do in that situation? These are questions that started to develop in my mind. That's basically going for Oki. I didn't know what Oki was. After I understood what Oki was, I didn't incorporate it into my game plan until I was Diamond 3. I typed myself out a chart and I was like, okay, off of this move I'm plus 34, plus 37, off these moves I'm plus 50, plus 46, plus 48, and I can do this. Basically what Oki means is like you dash and press a button after a special move. I noticed that in high platinum Diamond 1, people play super gorilla, like they're just going. There's not really a game plan, and this goes into the next tip, but there's not really a game plan. You're not thinking about anything, they're just pressing buttons. So what I really had to do at those ranks was learn how to react or how to counter certain moves. Like, you might get rolled by Honda and you might be a better player, but you're going to have to learn how to adapt to that. What anti-airs do you have that can beat Rainbow Ball, Blanca Slide? If you're throwing too many fireballs, Blanca's going to slide under your fireball, so you have to think about that. Picking up this knowledge about the game. And this goes into the next tip, which is game planning. Developing a game plan is very important. Knowing your combos, what to do in your Oki situation helps, because when you're game planning, now you can figure out, okay, while you know your combos, you know your Oki, you know what to do in those situations, you can look at your opponent and say, whenever I do this combo, my opponent presses on wake up. So what do? Boom, you hit them with the Oki or the meaty setups, right? Now, what if they don't press? You dash up, press your button, and they block. Well, now, maybe you can be like, okay, I'll throw you. Now, what does that do? They get thrown once or twice. After blocking, they're going to be like, okay, this guy is going to throw me. You're conditioning them. So, that third time you land that combo, instead of blocking, they're going to press. And what do? You get the meaty combo because you beat that throw, and now you get another combo. That's game planning. Another thing is, for some characters, you have a really good air game. Cammy, Jury, Rashid, really good characters in the air. So what can you do with this? Some characters have different jump arcs. Oh yeah, Jamie too. When he has a drink, he gets dive kick. Characters that have dive kick, you can jump, condition your opponent to anti-air, and then you could do quick dive kick, have them whiff the anti-air, and you can get a punish counter combo. That's part of game planning. Game planning is important. That's how you win games. You adapt to your opponent, and your opponent doesn't adapt to you, you're going to win. But you can't think of these things and think this far if you're still thinking about, how do I do my combo? If you're not even watching your opponent, if you're having to think whenever they jump to do anti-air, right? Because you're focusing more resources on those things than other things. So let's say you're really focused on, what if they jump? What if they jump? What if they jump? You're gonna get hit with the stray drive impact, and then you're gonna get hit with a combo, possibly doing 30%. So this is why previous tips are very important to get here. So with that, these are my tips. These aren't all the tips that I have, but this video ended up being longer than I expected it to be. So we're gonna cut it here, and I'll make you guys another part. If you guys enjoyed the video, be sure to leave a like, comment, and sub. Let me know what's helped you the best, or what you've realized from this video, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.